Well, it's Friday, it's December 11th, and I am not only not on the cow farm, I'm not even in the dirt. We are in civilization. I am in Southern California, Newport Beach civilization. And in the last 24 hours, I've gone from crazy freezing cold, having to heat by fire, to taking the best hot shower I've probably ever had. And I want to do a couple things today because I'm just coming off of not really sleeping for the last 48 hours, so I'm tired, I'm in a lot of pain, but I wanted to hallmark this moment, much as I did in that October 5th video, because the contrast between being in Arizona and the cow farm and basically, you know, off-grid, no-grid, to being fully immersed in the grid. I haven't been back here for more than just a few hours in 9 years, and so the overwhelming shock and the contrast is just taking my breath away. So I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, and then I'm also going to talk about something that I'll be talking about more, whereas where I'm at right now, and that's really this post-Crucible crash. I've decided I really like that word. I'm kind of tired of everybody talking about trauma, but Crucible is what we're doing right now as a collective in this country and this world. And we're also, a lot of us are having that personal experience. And I am in the crazy, crazy crash phase, many layers of it, and I'm not done. And so I really want to talk about that a little bit and how I'm going to start focusing on that maybe coming up. So those are the two things I'm going to go over in this video. It's just going to be a talking head video because for the first time in more than 2 years, I have a desktop, my old desktop set up. So this is also a test to see if I can actually load up from home and not have to drive around and jerry-rig the whole thing. So see if the computer is not fully broken. We're going to take a deep breath and I will see you on the other side. Freedom has crashed. He's been super stressed out. So just as a little bit of background, if you're new and you're thinking, you know, what is this about? My name is Jill. I've been, for most of the last 9 years, I've been living what I call in the dirt, you know, on farms and ranches. The cow farm I was on for over 5 years, and that was one person, a lot of cows, and a mile of square space of nobody but me. I've recently, for the last few weeks, I've been in northern Arizona, and it has been off-grid, and in my case, mostly no-grid. I'm going to talk a little bit more in a minute. But and then on Wednesday morning, after a series of crazy events, I got in the car and by the afternoon and traveled overnight to Southern California. So I ended up traveling from about 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. So I haven't driven at night or that long in forever. So that was this whole other thing about what's kind of going on out in the country that was shocking, not just to my senses, but to see as a witness what's really happening in the middle of the night on the highways of Arizona and California. And so then I got to Southern California to see my family, because if the world's going to end, I thought this was a good thing to do while I could still cross the border into California. And I'm in, you know, a beach community, which is, you know, like a high value area. And I am shocked by the culture shock, the sense, my five senses shock. It's been so long, you know, it's been 9 years since I have spent any time here. And so I thought I would just go over a couple of the things that I've kind of noticed. And one of the biggest things, and that's why, you know, you see Freedom passed out, is he's totally stressed, because not only are we in an unfamiliar environment, but we're both having this hypervigilance problem in that I've been in nature for so long and have trained my senses to listen to external noises and to witness slight movement in the distance for danger. And now there is no distance, there's no horizon, there's constant noise outside, there's no break from the light. It's, you know, it's light all night long and all day long. And I'm trying to remember how to turn my my vigilance off, my paying attention to the outside world. You know, I tried closing all the shutters, and you know, he wants to look out the window and the couch is high and he can't see anything, and you know, and it's very unfamiliar, and you know, and I'm drowning in sensory overload, you know, trying to drive at night with the lights. And the lights, I guess because of the LED, were so bright. All the truckers, I've never seen so many truckers. And the truckers in the rest stop, and people sleeping in the rest stop. And, you know, I was in a traffic jam in Phoenix at 7 o'clock at night, and so many people, so much movement, and how I am not used to that at all. And I am really just kind of shell-shocked, and even trying to sleep last night with the hum of the refrigerator and the noises and the buzzing and, you know, lack of darkness, I couldn't let down. So it's been a hugely jarring experience. And, you know, one of the things I've even noticed just between kind of being off-grid and no-grid is that you know, even when I was at the cow farm, I still had the refrigerator running, and I had electrical wire running next to my trailer, a little bit of buzzing. And now where I'm at right now, there's no buzzing, and it's that deep quiet. And how I'm getting really used to that, and the darkness, you know, that allows me to sleep much better. And, you know, there's a lot of other issues there in terms of not, and I'll talk more about the whole off-grid, no-grid thing. Oh, we are so not ready if the lights go out. Let me just give you a heads up. It's a shocking experience. And as I'm here, as you know, I like to talk about being human, there's nothing natural in my environment at all. And I wouldn't have been able to tell you that, I think, unless I'd had such a radical and long-term break and been living the way I've been living. But everything I have right now is at the touch of my fingers. I had the world's best hot shower. I am so dirty from being out there and it being cold and hard to get warm water, and my hands, I'm still working on getting the black soot out from underneath my fingernails. My cuticles are all trashed, and I have splinters everywhere because I'm chopping wood and messing with the wood fire every day, and I've just been dirty in my dirty men's clothes and my dirty hair and my dirty hands, and I just never think about it. And now I'm out here and I'm hyper aware of my appearance in that not only did I want to take the world's best shower and get clean, but I also didn't want to look like somebody that shouldn't be there. And my car is parked out there with my old 1996 Ford Ranch truck full of mud. Everybody else has pretty, shiny, new, tiny SUVs or sports cars. I'm the only one that's out. Even the people who work around here have better trucks. Nobody has any mud or any dirt on their car. We even have a car wash here, and the car wash is so clean, I don't dare take my dirty, muddy truck over there. It's just really fascinating how I'm aware of other people's awareness of how I look, when I don't think about that anymore. Now I just think about how do I get dressed and how do I get the work done. And everybody looks like that when you're kind of off-grid. Now there is a hyper awareness of so many people, and being, I guess Freedom doesn't want to be part of the video anymore. Do you want to be part of the video, Freedom? So we'll still go here. So it's been super interesting to have this experience, and there's so many things, you know, even just trying to take him out, you know, normally I just open the door and let him go pee and poop wherever he wants to, and there's designated spots, and it's like, no, no, no. And because I'm in a community, I feel like I'm a criminal slinking around because I'm not even supposed to be here, much less have a big dog, and waiting to get busted because, you know, going to see your parents is the big criminal offense these days. And all these rules and regulations, and how I was out walking this morning, and even all the guys walking their dogs, they all had girly dogs. They had coiffed, pretty dogs, you know, with hairdos and fancy clothes and pretty leashes. And just as a side note, I had bought a little short leash, right, for Freedom, and it broke, so I thought I would just tie on the other leash. I didn't bring my nice leather one because it's heavy, and this is a nice. And now I'm aware of like how homeless I look and how rough I look with my homemade knot on my double color leash, and all the trucks are what I call, fancy boy trucks, because I have a work truck and it's beat up and it's muddy and it's rough, and I noticed that when I went to Albuquerque and Home Depot, what I call the city boy, I want to be rough truck, where they have the little tiny short beds and everything is chrome and pretty and waxed, and nothing would fit in the back, so there's really no point in having a truck because the back is so small you can't haul anything, much less you don't want to get it scratched. I'm not saying this as criticism, I'm just like laughing because it really shows me how culturally civilization is from the practical aspect of how we were meant and designed to live as human. And even like, lately, the last couple times I've been in the bathroom area, I'm trying to see in the dark, while I brush my teeth and my hair. I'm like, why are you doing that, Jill? I just have to turn on the light because I've been living in the dark without electricity for the last few weeks. So I've been doing everything with no light. It's just been it's been such an interesting experience, and I haven't even ventured out. I'm still here, I haven't gone foraging for food or anything yet. And how so I really wanted to capture, so I know I'm kind of whining on here, so I really wanted to capture this moment because even if things go okay politically, let's say things calm down and there is no super scary moment, the sun is doing funky things, and we still don't have a lot of friends around the world, and lots of people are talking EMP, whether it's, or CME, whether it's from the sun. And just because if things settle down politically, it doesn't mean we're out of the woods and off the hook from radical changes in our civilization. And so huge wake-up call: no grid, off-grid, and full grid. So I'm going to talk more about that because I'm struggling right now. It's not going well for me out on in the trailers. They're not designed properly, and it's so hard. That's one of the reasons I had to run away. I couldn't take it anymore. So my hope is this period of time, I'm just here for a short time, to try to get my feet back under me and figure out where I want to go with all the videos and stuff. And oh my God, though, to have Wi-Fi, electricity, and a desktop computer again, woo! Very excited. So at some point, I hope to get you some pictures of the beach and surrounding area, which brings me to the second thing, this post-Crucible crash. And I really feel like right now we're in a collective crucible with what's going on politically. And this is the other direction, I really want to go because for a long time it's been about just walk away, just let go, just walk away, and from a mental and emotional place, but physically there might be a practical reason why we have to just walk away, and that would be no electricity. And how right now my mantra is going to change a little bit from just walk away to run to you, because I've been working so hard trying to find the right place to go that I've made the decision that that's not right. This is one of those epiphanies for me right now. I want to find the right people to run towards, because it's just too much. I can't do it by myself, and I don't want to do it by myself. My solitude days are over. And even my experience in Arizona with the people I've been meeting, I have only had one person ask me any questions. People are not... I want to find people that I can connect to, and I can have a working relationship, a friendship, a community building relationship. So I don't know what that's going to look like or how that's going to be done, but we're transitioning from just walk away to run to you, and my contribution is what I'm going to be calling the post-Crucible crash, because one of the reasons I think that things are so hard for me right now is I need to have this experience and remember how hard it is to come off the back end of it, if there ever is a back end of it. I keep calling it my slow-moving train wreck that never ends. But part of the human training program that I worked with people for the last couple of years is all about how to kind of put yourself back together, whether it's from trauma, stress, or whatever. But we are really, people are stepping up in a fabulous way. I am so excited to see what people are doing. But all of that usually comes with a crash. When the lights, and the fame and the attention go away and the hard work goes away, you crash, and I'm like that right now. I can barely function. It's been a long time since I've had an entire night's sleep. And so one of the things that I'm observing is that it's really the masculine energy, not men, but the masculine energy that leads, that prepares you for the crucible and takes you through the crucible. But I think it's the feminine energy, not women, but the feminine energy that heals and restores and puts us back together to face the next one, because there's not just one. And how much trouble I'm having unhooking from the push to give myself permission to heal and restore so I can function again. And I know I'm not the only one that has that conversation. So this is a long one. See a little thing, it's focusing on me here. But I wanted to see if the internet's going to load it up. I wanted to not miss this moment because holy cow, life is very different. I totally can see why people are in their culture bubble, because there's nothing human that goes on. Everything is a button or a switch or is temperature controlled. Right now at home, I'm like, I gotta chop wood, I gotta make a wood pile, I gotta clean out the stove, I gotta figure out how to get water, I gotta, wake up when it's like 2 degrees and start the stove to try to warm up. So it is, and I'm hyper aware that if the lights go out, I'm totally screwed. And so the contrast is shocking. It's not a judgment call, it's not about right or wrong, it's just fascinating. So to be continued. Hopefully we'll be able to get a little more cinematography in on these things. Someday I hope I'll be able to get another camera so I can show you the stuff that I don't want to take the nice camera out. But fingers crossed that happens someday soon. And with that, my friends, me and Freedom are going to sign off, and I will see you next time.